Hey, this is Samantha once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another request from Andrew Patterson. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. This is for a film that, to be honest, I never understood the love this film got. Election from 1999. A lot of people like it. A lot of people find it funny. A lot of people enjoy it. So either you don't disagree with the review, or if you haven't seen the film, check it out. Because again, a lot of people liked the movie. You have Matthew Broderick, who I liked in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the 1998 Godzilla, this 80s film called Project X, among many others. You got Reese Witherspoon. You got Chris Klein. I guess it's like how people don't understand why I really enjoyed Napoleon Dynamite. And there's people that go, I don't get why you like that. I find Napoleon Dynamite very, very funny. But some people are like, I don't get it. Well, the reverse is true for me on this. I never understood because even watching the film again, I'm going, I wouldn't call this a rant because I don't think it's badly made, it's not badly acted. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't know. It's like you look at comedies, what tickles your funny bone's gonna be different from mine. Like I love The Big Lebowski. The Big Lebowski is one of my favorite comedies. There's some people that go, I don't get what's so good about The Big Lebowski. Yet I find it one of the funniest movies out there. I love See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I love The Golden Child. I mentioned I love Napoleon Dynamite. I love Crocodile Dundee. And then people are like, well, why? Because I find them funny. Why do you find funny? I don't know. How do you explain how you find something funny when it's such a subjective field, honestly? It's like different people are scared of different things and different people laugh at different things. This one, it, I don't like any of the characters, and I'm sure that's the point. Like Reese Witherspoon is an overachiever who wants to be the president of the student body. Matthew Broderick is a teacher who seems fine at first, but gets annoyed at the overachieving aspects of Reese Witherspoon's character. There's a point where Matthew Broderick has a buddy who's also a teacher who does a really scummy thing, falls in love with Reese Witherspoon, and they have sex. And I am fine with the guy getting fired and being railroaded because you don't have sex with a minor. I don't give a fuck what you think love is. It's a scummy thing to do. That's just how I am. If, if the girl's over 20, okay, that's a different matter. And consensual and fine and clean, then that's fine. But, you know, I mean, this is supposed to be high school. It's scummy and shitty. So I don't feel bad for that teacher. But Broderick, he's like mad that Reese Witherspoon didn't get in trouble. And I'm like, okay, Reese Witherspoon isn't really a likable character, but at the same time, I do disagree with Broderick's character on that. Anyway, he gets an idea that someone should run against Reese Witherspoon instead of just her winning by default. So he gets this jock guy, Chris Klein. Chris Klein is a guy who at times works like in American Pie, but a lot of times comes off as a lesser version of Keanu Reeves. And Chris Klein is fine here. Like, he's better here than in this aspect than the Rollerball remake. I could easily say that. Because his character, I guess if there's a character that's likable, it's him. Because he's not doing anything wrong. So, oh no, I mean, Reese Witherspoon, she seems like she's the best person for the job. And, oh, okay, teacher, sure, I'll run. And my legs are broken. I have nothing else to do. And Then Chris Klein has a sister who happens to be a lesbian, and she's also a bit of a nutcase. Not because she's a lesbian, but because she's a nutcase. Because she's in love with this other girl, and one of her fond memories is the both of them peeing in a cup, and it's smelling like asparagus. To me, yeah, I think that's fucking nuts. Sorry. I'm not going to find a friend and go, hey, let's piss in the cup and see what it smells like. So, maybe I'm just weird like that, but no. So the sister is pissed that the other girl ran off from her. And now that girl is Chris Klein's girlfriend, so that makes the sister even more pissed, so she's going to run. But she's going to run, but says it's all bullshit. You shouldn't vote for anybody, and doesn't matter anyway. Which the crowd cheers, but it doesn't really lead to anywhere because the teachers want her kicked out. No, she's suspended. Then Reese Witherspoon freaks out, rips down the posters. The sister character, Chris Klein, what the hell's a tister? Clister? Clitter? Chris Klein's clitter, aka his lesbian sister. Is that what the term is? Lesbian sister? A clitter? So the clitter takes the fucking... She takes the fall, even though Reese Witherspoon ripped off the posters, the banners. She takes the fall. She don't give a fuck. She wants to be expelled. Because by the end, they send her to an all-girls school, which is what she wanted in the first place. Matthew Broderick still... The guy, his buddy who's the teacher who was fucking Reese Witherspoon, he got divorced and he went away, moved somewhere else. That guy's ex-wife is asking Broderick for help in all these aspects, and then they start making out and kissing and plan for a motel room. He goes there, she doesn't show up, he gets a bee sting. That ex-wife goes to Broderick's wife and tells him what happened. I'm like, well, it's your fault too. Unless this is all a big fucking trick. Or maybe your trick, I don't know. He also, Reese Witherspoon wins. He tries to overthrow the vote by throwing away 2 votes. It gets found out. There's a scandal. He gets fired. He gets divorced. He moves to New York. I know the spoilers. I don't care. He becomes a museum tour guide while Reese Witherspoon becomes someone who works with a politician. And that's pretty much the movie. As a tour guide, he's on a little vacation in Washington, D.C., sees Reese Witherspoon get into a limo with a politician. He throws a cup at it. He runs away. Movie's over. Like I said, I'm watching this film and I'm going, I don't understand what I'm supposed to be laughing at. You don't get it. You're right. I'm telling you, to your face, I don't get it. Of the multitude of comedies I've enjoyed throughout the years, yes, some more sophomoric, like The Hangover and Neighbors. I'm just looking through random comedies. I love 3 Men and a Baby, Robin Williams films like Cadillac Man, Toys, Club Paradise, Mrs. Doubtfire, Evolution, which that's finally getting an official Blu-ray by Paramount, which is nice. I don't know if it'll have features, probably not. But Grumpy Old Men, The Odd Couple. Now I'm just thinking of like random comedies. Clerks. This just isn't one of my... I'm watching, I'm going, Chris Klein, his character's not unlikable. He's a likable character in the fact that everybody else is pretty much either a nutcase or a scumbag or annoying. And Reese Witherspoon is very annoying in this. I'm not a big Reese Witherspoon fan. In fact, when I think of Reese Witherspoon, I think of a book that Kevin Smith wrote where he talked about some experience he had with Reese Witherspoon that wasn't that great. So then he kept calling her Greasy Reezy. Not to her face. If he did it now, he'd probably get on camera and cry, I called her Greasy Reezy. Or maybe if he just sees a trailer. Maybe if he sees the trailer for Election, he'll cry, Greasy Reezy. Because, Kevin Smith cries at everything. He cries when he goes to the bathroom. He cries if he takes his shit. He cries if he sees the sun. He cries if a fly goes by. He cries if, a fart happens. He cries at everything. But when he wasn't a crying bitch, he would even write stuff in his book like, oh, I had a bad meeting with this girl. Now I call her Greasy Reezy. Or Reezy Greasy. I think it's Greasy Reezy. I'd rather Reese Witherspoon never did anything to me. I don't know if she's a bitch or not in real life. I don't know. There are films I don't mind her in. I think Pleasantville. Pleasantville I like, even though it has Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon, which I'm not big on. But I do like William H. Macy. I do like Joan Allen. But that's a good story. Very interesting concept. This, though, okay, you could deem it in comparison with politics. Maybe I'm just sick and fucking tired of politics. So even a comedy about politics. I'd rather go watch My Fellow Americans with James Garner and Jack Lemmon if I want to see comedy that deals with politics. I know this gets a lot of praise, it gets a lot of love, and at the very least it's a cult film. Like I said, I never understood the love for this film, ever since back in the day. Well, why don't you talk about the direction? Why don't you talk about the music? Because they didn't really manifest in my brain the music or the direction. I'm sorry, they didn't really do much for me. It's mainly I didn't care about the story, I don't really care about the characters, and I didn't find it funny. I think that's my neighbor's cat, and he's now meowing and moaning because I guess he's tired of me talking about this film. He heard me mention this name Election, and he's like, maybe it's Tim Smith. Maybe that crying is not a cat. Maybe it's Kevin Smith crying because I mentioned his name in a bad way. I don't know why this became like a Kevin Smith thing. I think because I saw Clerks and I remember how Kevin Smith used to be cool and used to be funny and used to be worth the shit. And now he did shit like Yoga Hosers and crying at 85 trailers and the shitty looking He-Man show. And well, that's fair. The animation's not the problem. It's just everything else. I'm going off tangent. I apologize, Andrew Patterson. I don't have much to say. I just... Sometimes that's what it is with me in movies. Sometimes it just sums it up. It's a comedy. Did you find it funny? No. Why? Guess just didn't tickle my funny bone. If it did to you, I'm good. I'm glad. Just wasn't for me. So, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.